Thomas Knapp, modshack.com. This is a story of higher wisdom people who are trying to rip off college students. Back in the 1970s, I began to attend colleges. My first college that I went to was a community college. There were religious cults on the college campuses during the 1970s. One day I went to class and one of my professors was in distress. I asked, "What is wrong?" The professor explained that a relative, who was my fellow college student, joined the cult. The relative would not listen to the parents, would not listen to the professor, was all wrapped up in this cult, and wouldn't talk to anybody. I looked at the professor, me being 18. I said, "Don't worry, I'll go get your relative." I knew what the relative looked like, never hung with the person before or after. But that's what I told the professor. Professor immediately got highly upset, concerned about me, saying, "Oh, don't do that. They'll brainwash you too. It's dangerous." I looked at my professor and says, "Don't worry. I'll go get your relative." I sat in the cafeteria. Here came the cults, the people that were in the cult, older people. They started to talk to me. I was sitting there by myself. Okay, I'll go. They were dancing around me, doing what they would call love bombing, telling how much they loved me, how great I was, and how other people, like my parents, did not understand me. I looked over. There was the professor's relative standing in that same room. I walked over and started a conversation. I was explaining, "Why are you selling flowers and giving it to the cult? Why don't you get a minimum wage job and pay off your college tuition?" It didn't make any sense. I then looked at the cult people and explained, "I'm a martial arts practitioner. I have to practice my moves so I could progress. So the person who's training me in martial arts, I won't deviate from the training. You're 18, this is what you do." So I went over in the corner and was practicing my moves, snapping my right leg against my chest, my left leg. I was so flexible at the time, being 18. My thigh would hit my chest. With my legs straight going up, stretching moves. The cult people came over to me after noticing that my fellow students were intrigued. "What is that?" I said, "I train in martial arts. It's hard. I go to a school with adult men. It was not a teenager school. But, they're welcome. The men treated me excellent. Fantastic instruction, I thought. And that's what I was doing as part of my life's goals and activities." The cult leader saw the students gravitating towards me, and they came over to me and said, "You have to leave." I said, "Oh, why? I don't have any more love?" And I believe that was the turning point. The fellow students looked. Our student, who's our age, is not welcome here. He no longer gets the love because he's doing his exercises. So I looked at them. "Are you coming too?" The professor's relative came. Some others came. Not all came. I left. Shortly thereafter, I went to my class with the professor. Professor was all excited. "Wow, what you did was so brave." I explained, "No, I sat in the cafeteria. They asked me to go and join their activity of the love bombing. I did some exercising. I talked a little bit of common sense, and your relative came. That's what I did." The cult claimed to have this higher wisdom, higher than everybody else. Years later, I don't know the status of the cult. The leader is no longer around. Live with common sense. Beware of the higher wisdoms. Please, modshack.com, life coach section. Thank you.